Hello and good morning to you. I'm Neil Pinkett, the proprietor of Bathcars, and today's car is the Peugeot 406 Coupe. So a bit of a rare one this. Haven't had one of these for many years. I used to buy quite a lot of them when they were ex-fleet, and they used to go out at sort of £6,000 and £7,000, and they were very popular, and they were quite stunning really when they were first brought out, and I think they still are a particularly attractive looking car. I mean, if it was called anything else bar for a Peugeot 406, it would be still worth an absolute heap of money, I would imagine, but it is a Peugeot and it is a 406, but it's the Coupe Pininfarina styling in a nice metallic blue with a red leather interior, and it's the 2-litre SE 5-speed manual, this one. And it's not covered much in the way of mileage, 63k, and it's particularly tidy about the body actually. It's still got its bumpers sitting nice and true, the shut lines and the doors all work nicely, and it's not even that stone chipped at the front leading edge of the bonnet. It has the headlight wash, the front fogs. There are a few little stone chips here and there, and if you really do look into the car in a pretty macro or micro outlook, it's got some marks here and there, but I think it's a good 8 out of 10 example. I hope you agree if you come to look at it. It's got power steering, sat nav, heated seats, aircon, climate, cruise, quite a lot of spec. But the interior is a particularly nice place to be, and I've driven the car for about 18 miles back from Bristol to Bath, and it drove very nicely indeed. It sat on the road beautifully, so it's all okay. I mean, it is it's 11 plus 2, it's about 13 years old, so it is slightly older than most more modern cars. Well, its age is probably one of the things against it, and be prepared to spend money on it. You will have to, but I think your rewards for driving something as slick and smooth as that will reap some dividends. Okay, look, some tax there on the screen to go. £137.50 is the tax bracket for 6 months, so it's got a splash of tax till the end of May. The tyres, let's go around this side then. So we've got 15s, I think, is it 15s or 16s? 15-inch wheels, so nice forgiving ride actually. That's one of the things that is in its favour. The discs have got a slight ridge to them. I'm trying to make out what the pads are like. I think the pads have got a fair bit of meat on them. So that tyre there is probably about 4 to 5 millimetres. This one here in the back here is about 5 mil as well. A bit better than half worn. Dutton foreshore plate on the rear, so the supplying dealer plate's still original on the back. This one here, again, plenty of tread on that. Loads of meat. Discs don't look too old actually, to be fair. The pads look pretty good in there. So a good tyre there as well. And the front, is it the same as the other side? Yeah, there's about, I've just got the wear bar there. About 3 mil to go before the wear bar goes. So you'll easily get a year out of these front tyres, I should imagine. And the rears are pretty new. So what have we got then? Headlight wash with looks like HID lights. Just going to bang them on a moment. It's got remote locking and 2 keys. Tiny bit of lacquer lifting off just there. Very difficult to spot actually. So I'll just start her up a moment. So as you can hear, the engine sounds absolutely perfect. There's no rattles there or knocks. Just bang the lights on a second. Pretty sure they're they look like HID type of lights. Oh no, they're not. No, they're standard ordinary lights, just a more modern type of design. I'll just check if the headlight wash works. So lights are on. Yeah, they're working. See them all working at the front there. So wipers, no rear wiper on this car. It's got a heated rear screen but no rear wiper because it's a coupe. Okay, so we can hear the engine's running nicely. The glass is all good. No cracks there. Yeah, sweet. And as I say, the performance from this 136 brake horsepower motor was pretty lively. Well, it's quite a heavy car. It's not really that chuck about. It hasn't got much chuck about ability, but it's nice and smooth on the run. The gearbox and the clutch and the brakes are all fine. The handbrake's good. So there we go then. So that's pretty much the exterior. I'll pop the boot so you can see what we've got in the boot. There's the original carpet mat for the driver's side showing a tiny bit of wear. In here we've got the sat nav CD, which is in there, and I think that's permanently upgradable. You can just download new upgrades for that once you've got the code off the disc, which is in the glove compartment. There's a steel wheel with a practically, well, it is brand new, 205/60. So you should be able to rotate that rim round to give yourself a brand new tyre. So when you need one new front, or two new fronts, you just put that on and have your standard tyre, by your standard tyre. Sorry, I'm waffling on a bit. So, okay, let's go and have a look at the documents then we've got. Okay, welcome to the history and documents then for this 406 coupe. It's from Newport, this one, so it's like in Welsh and English, this V5. So registration date 29th of the 11th 2001. 406 coupe SE, 1997 cc, 197 grams per kilometre in blue. The car's had 4 keepers in total, but interestingly the last keeper has owned the car since June 2005, so 8-year ownership for the last owner. So he must have really liked the car, because I think he's taken very good care of it in its overall condition. The MOT is valid until December the 4th 2013. Advisory information is rear exhaust has minor leak. Well, I've just spotted underneath that there is a new exhaust system on the back of that car. Also, front suspension has slight play in outer board joint, and a front anti-roll bar linkage has slight play. So there's 3 advisories, bearing in mind that they're in Welsh as well, so it looks a lot, but it's not. And the rear of the exhaust is pretty new. In fact, if you want, I'll just show you. Take a few moments to get there. There she is. And there we go. So that looks relatively new to me. I can see a new centre box down the end there. Can you see that? And that looks pretty new there. So the exhaust looks relatively new. The service book has been stamped up as well, and I can show you that. There's a spare key as well in that envelope. So there are stamps in the book here up until 2009. So 2002, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009. But no stamps in the book or receipts or bills from it. But now, generally, these things have been looked after. I mean, he's obviously taken it in for brakes and servicing. It wouldn't pass its MOT otherwise. But it's just the fact that the book's not been stamped. But we'll try and get hold of the previous keeper, although he is ex-directory. We could also ascertain a few other things. But there we go. That's the service history. Back to the car. Right then, welcome to the interior section then. So puddle lights in the doors, nice red leather trim, electric windows which zoom up and down nicely. They're not crunchy or horrible, like so, and they just have that little facility when they let a little bit of air out of the car and they just pop up, so that works. Electrically operated passenger seat, so that when you pop this forward like so, it then moves electrically, giving you extra space to get in and out the back. And in the back here it's really quite nice. It's pretty untouched, to be fair. Red leather with the ski hatch like so, and a little sort of company storage and cup holder, and again these nice black with red trim carpet mats. Pockets in the back of the seats on both sides. Okay, so in the glove compartment we have a sat-nav document and locking wheel nuts and owner's manual. Okay, so not much wear on the passenger seat, as you'd imagine. And this morning I've just basically gone through the car, blown it out with the airline, given it a wipe over inside, and just sort of checked a few things. I've checked the cruise control, that works. The fingertip control radio, that works. The electric seat adjustment on the passenger side and the driver's side both work. Okay, up and down motion. The electric windows all work. I don't think they're the manual in the back. The floor mat is in good order. The fuel gauge is working. The temperature gauge sat at halfway all the way back. The clutch is a nice light clutch pedal, and this is one of the things I used to look for in these, if the clutch pedal was heavy. And this has got a fairly nice light clutch pedal, and she's quite perky about the engine. Okay, height adjustable steering column. There's the cruise, that works. All the audio controls work as well on that side, and It's got an alarm, it's got auto dipping mirrors, got auto wipers, probably auto lights on as well. I don't know if it's got that, but it may have. Cigarette lighter. It's been used a bit, but the car actually doesn't smell of tobacco at all. It's pretty okay in that respect. Right, the air conditioning. Now, Peugeots have always been renowned for not working on the aircon after a few years, and I can't hear a compressor clicking in. No, I would imagine the aircon is probably lacking gas. You can refill it if you want. You may be wasting your money, but if there's any gas in it, we can go through this when you get here, but if there's any gas in the car, a sniff of gas might just take the pressure up to make it work, but it may just dissipate quite quickly. But sometimes it can last you over a summer, and that's all you need. So it is a possibility it might work. So I could do a bit more work on that. If it's really important to call me first and discuss about that. So yeah, handbrake has a decent feel to it as well. The fan's all working fine. The radio is working fine, he says. I listened to it on the way back yesterday. There it is.
So,
okay, and it does have a nav system as well, so just bear with me a second. I'm just going to get the remote because I just put new batteries in the remote control. Whoop. Right, okay, there's the nav system, remote. Okay, I've put new batteries in it, I can see it working. I'll just show you there, look, you can see the flashing. Let's just see if it works on here. Oh, it does. Woohoo! Right, brilliant. Okay, so a new set of batteries has got that working. Okay, so you can see the display is just slightly discoloured at the top. But that all looks alright. Validate, escape, set brightness. So, escape, navigation, validate.
Hello, and have a good trip.
Yeah, well that looks like it's working fine as well. So, there's a nav system in the car which appears to work fine. Right. Okay, so the driver's seat's got a little bit of wear as you'd expect. There's the memory option. There's the heated seats. Now I did try them on the way back and I think they both worked. I'm sure the passenger one worked, but I'd cycled to get the car and I was pretty hot myself, so 50-50. May work, may not. Right, so 63,853 is the exact miles of a pretty attractive looking Peugeot 406 coupe. Now I suspect you're going to need to do an oil change on this car and a little bit of tinkering here and there if you want it pristine, but I'll leave you with that shot. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll hope to speak to you soon. Bye bye.